Hello again, I am Jim Bob and welcome back to American Wilds. We are here on the Grizzly Creek map and we are going to start exploring these logging points, looking for some extra logs, because what we have here just isn't enough. That much is a given. So let's take our skidder out and about. This thing is just a beast. It really is. And let's start looking at some of these scavenge points. Might even try carrying the logs like this, you know. On the back of this thing, just in the claw. There's a risk that we may drop them, I suppose, but there's our first scavenge point coming up, as you can see. There are logs in that one. So, I haven't tried using the claw feature of this thing yet. This could be very interesting indeed. Okay, so advanced crane. Oops. That thing is a monster, isn't it? The size of it. Log point. So let's see, where do we need to go from here? We need to go to our lumber mills over here, but there is a block post just there, so we can't get across that way. So we need to find another way across. Now, there is this road that runs along here and in that way. I'm just wondering if there's a crossing maybe over here perhaps that we can try. We do have a very sort of narrow gap in the river. So what we'll do is we'll bring the truck, we'll bring the you know, the loader, the skid loader this way up here, follow this back along here to get to the block post, and then we'll take this little road down here and see if we can cross just here. I don't know if it's going to be too deep for that, and we may well lose the logs on the back if we're not careful. Don't know how effective they're going to be able to, how effective that claw is going to be at holding them. Let me see, where are we? So we need to be about there. That's where we need to get to. There is another scavenge point just over there. Let's see if we can tag that. There's some logs in that one. That's those logs there. Okay, so this distance over here, there's another scavenge point over there. Try and check that out on the way over. Ah, logs available at new scavenge point. Ah, there we go. We've got 2 long logs. Okay, so we're probably going to need a truck for that. The short logs we can do, but that means we can now go... We still need more logs. These are worth 6 points here. So combined with one of these, which are worth 3, these short logs, that'll give us 9 points. That'll unlock 1 log point. These ones here, they're worth 3, they're worth 4, so that's still not enough for the other log point, because the points don't carry across over from one point to one log kiosk to the other, or one lumber mill to the other. So we are going to have to find more logs somewhere else. There's definitely nothing in that one, so maybe clearing out some more logs will open up more opportunities for us, more possibilities. Go up through these trees here. Let's put it into a lower gear. There we go. Whoa, that bridge is going to be tricky. vehicle is slipping. It is not helping us at all. Try and roll back a little bit more. There we go. If we can get up, we can turn around. It's a pretty steep little little ledge just there. Really low range. Yeah, just not making it up here, are we? We've got traction, but we don't have grip. There we go. Now something's wedging us. We're rolling back down that hill again. Come on, this time. Oh, come on. So close. We made it. Okay. Let's carefully reverse our way back a little bit. Is that enough? Let's turn around there. Just. This is really quite a narrow bridge for a vehicle this wide. We're over. So. We follow this road along, we should get to the block point. And from there we want to swing a right and then try and find a way across the river. But those long logs are definitely going to need a trailer to carry those. Now I don't know if our Western Star is going to be able to carry those or not. I think we can. I know that the Bison can have a long log trailer. We've got one there, look. There is a Bison with a long log trailer. But that is no use to us if we are stuck on block posts. So we need to follow this along a little bit around here and then see if we can find a way to say across the river. That sand is going to be really soft and I have no idea how deep the water is yet. Looking for that really shallow point. It's there. The water does look like it's moving pretty fast, doesn't it? And the really shallow point, it's too steep a bank on the other side to get back up. So we're going to have to get across here by the beach. The question is, can we? Well, that's really steep. Yeah, I go in there, I'm going to flood the engine. That's not a viable option. Okay, let's see if we can find an alternative route. I need to reverse back up to the road itself, I think. I don't want to have to go all the way around and then over the bridge and then kind of back along the other bank. If I can find a way across over here for skidding purposes. For these shorter logs. The long logs we're going to have to make that detour over here. I can definitely get into the water at a shallower angle over here, but is it going to be too deep? Let's take an inspection of the water. That is pretty deep, isn't it? I don't think we can get across. I think we're just going to drown the engine if we try and go through that. Even at the shortest point across here, it's still really deep in the middle. There's the bridge. There's a remnant of a crossing just there. But again, it looks quite deep. And we can't see any further past that point. So I think that might possibly be a crossing that we could look at. And if it's not, then we'll have to go all the way up to the bridge and then back down the other bank. So it's a little disappointing. I was hoping I could maybe shortcut through there, but I just don't want to risk it. I want to get this vehicle stuck and drowned. Because this is my recovery vehicle if this gets stuck and and flooded. No, I don't think I've got any other vehicle that can actually pull this out. Let's get cruise control on. So we're just going to have to follow this path around a bit until we can find a better route through. The one drawback with cruise control is that the second you switch it on, you then lose the ability to pan your camera with the right stick. So you have to kind of manually take over again if you need to change view at all. I think we're getting close. Okay, so we've got the main road here. There is a little bit of a pathway down there by the look of it. Or is that just the beach? It might just be the beach that's showing us. Let's see if we can make our way through. Signifying a steep bank. It might be signifying a bank, actually. So what's the water level look like over here? Very deep around here. Do not want to go into that bit. We could possibly make our way across just here. If we can get to that. Maybe even just here. I'm just looking to see if I can see a way up on the other side. I'm not sure if I can. I think going straight over is going to give us the clearest route up. But again, we've got that really deep water just there. So this is going to be really tricky. We're going to need to kind of go in here. Across like that. Hopefully we won't drown ourselves going this way. Taking a little bit of water damage, but we're getting through. Still got the logs, that's the important thing. We need to try and get up. It's getting to be dark again. Can't get up there. It's not at that attempt. Come on. Skid loader. There we go. We're up. So, path should be just beyond these trees, I think. There it is. So now we can run these into the first of our... whoa, steady, steady, steady. we can run these in now to the first of our log points, our lumber mills. And then we'll just take a much more conventional route back because it'll be quicker and a lot safer as well. So a little bit more speed, going to full first gear. Tell you what, this is a really cool vehicle to drive around in. I really do like this. And there we go, the lumber mill. So, well, yeah, we'll do this one first. The truck isn't carrying any load. It's because they're not packed. Ah, that sucks. Okay, I have an idea. Where is the Western Star? There it is. So what we're going to do with this is we're going to load this up with a log carriage with a crane. Actually, just a log carriage would do for this. Get through without crashing into the bison. Sorry, not the bison, the blazer. Just about. So, we'll head down the road. We'll stop off at a refuel point on the way if there is one, so we can completely fuel this tank up. We'll drive this into the lumber mill. We'll lower the logs into this from our crane. Ah, careful. I'll put my front wheel over the barrier. That could have been bad. That could have been very bad. Yeah, we'll load the front wheels over. We'll load the logs into the back of this and then pack them down, and then we should instantly be able to unload them into the lumber mill. Never tried carrying loose logs into a sell point like that before, so I didn't know that it wouldn't work. But we know that for next time now, so. Engage four-wheel drive. Way through around the obstacle. Good stuff. Rock slide warning there. Different sounding truck on the interior. Good speed up, despite the fact that we can't really see where we're going very well. There's that moose crossing. I really want to see a moose. I really don't believe there'll be any in the game. I mean, we've never seen wildlife in the game before, so it'd be incredible if they were actually here. Right, that's the way to the lumber mill. So the fuel point must be a bit further down the road, that's fine. Oh, what the hell happened there? What did we hit? did massive damage. Whatever it was we hit, it just, you know, inflicted so much damage. Right. There's our skid loader. So if I park that there, change into this. Lights on. Go to crane. And rotate the load round like that. Reverse the load into the truck if I can. Release. This is awkward. Trying to do it without pulling the logs out, which I've managed to do. Lower that down and now see if I can oops. Switch it raise it up a little bit. There we go. Now let's see if I can reverse. In fact, actually I'll use the dozer blade in front. That will be a smarter option. Use the push blade, that's what it's for. Plus, I'll actually be able to see what I'm doing because I'll have lights this time. There we go. Push those into the truck. Is that going to be enough? Oh, I need to start the engine before I can pack down. No, not quite. Okay. This has not worked out at all well. Should have just brought one with a crane. There we go. One more log needs to be positioned. This is a little bit reckless, but there we go. Ready to pack. Right, now I can unload the points. There we go. Wow. We did it, but we damn near crippled the truck in the process. Now it's turned into some kind of 4th of July truck. Leaking oil underneath and sparking like crazy. It is, it's the 4th of July party bus here. Fireworks ablaze. We need to get this back to the garage and we're going to need to fit this with a crane so that we can go grab other logs. But we also need to see whether or not we can fit this with large logs. Or a large log carrier. I really hope we can, because if we can we'll go get the 2 long logs and that'll fill up the first block point. And then it should hopefully spawn more logs in one of the other scavenge points. And then we'll be able to see what options we've got to work with for completing the second of our lumber mills. I'm going to apply 4-wheel drive just to give me a bit more security on this drive back. bit more control. It's going to burn the fuel out a little bit faster, but yeah, that's fine. Got plenty of fuel to make it back. Engine is stalling. The all-wheel drive is causing me to stall? No, it's just struggling. Put it in first. It's too steep a gradient for the truck in its knackered condition. The four-wheel drive is definitely not helping, I don't think. Or is it the gradient? It might just be the gradient. Given how damaged the truck is, it's struggling with the hills. This low range gear is definitely helping to turn diff lock off. Yeah, this is going to be a painful ride going back. Look at this. Okay, you've got to be really careful and kind of balance the throttle a little bit if you can. Wow, this is insane. These trucks are done. Yeah, it's absolutely done for. I'm wondering if I'm going to be able to make it up the hill back to the garage like this. Really struggling to keep it running at the moment. It only likes low revs, and you try and put a little bit too much speed in this thing and it just tries to conk out on you. Oh, this could be fun. What happened to my steering there, just sent me very, very wide. There we go, we're through. Too much revs. Can't run the diff lock and take the damage because I don't have much in the way of spare damage points, as you can see. This truck is literally falling apart. Feathering this throttle ever so gently just to try and make it back, and we're not far now. I still have no idea what it was that we hit that caused so much damage in that initial, that initial big hit as we approach the lumber mill. Very, very odd. Right, there's the bridge, so we've just got to get up this hill and we're at the garage. tricky. I'm trying to stall. That's as much throttle as I can give it. Just keep toggling diff lock on and off, I think, just to give me every little bit of traction I can up this hill. Actually, keeping the roads this low, I haven't been threatened with damage yet for having the diff lock on. Oh, there we go. Spoke too soon. Yeah, you try and give it any more gas and it just goes, no! Right, repaired. And partially refueled as well. So, we need to get rid of that, and we want the long log cart hitch and the long logs. There we go. Put it into auto. I wonder, can I fold this log cart up like I've been able to with previous versions? Would help. Good. As you can tell, I am not a professional truck driver. There we go. Right, so will it let me... it's giving me the option to detach trailer, but it's not giving me the option to fold the trailer like it did before, so I'm guessing that one will not fold. Okay, so we need to be a bit more careful this time. Let's have a look. Let's see, where are the long logs? The long logs are there. There's a block post there, so we can't go that way. There's a block post there, so I think what we're going to have to do, load up and then kind of make our way through all the way around here. No block post over here. Get to here. Just follow the road round and go in that way. It's a very, very long detour. We're basically starting here and we're going all the way around the island. In fact, rather than fighting our way... Well, actually, no, that probably isn't too bad a route to take. Yeah, we'll do that. And it saves going up that way and then through the town and then around up. We're still going to have to basically do a lap of the island to deliver these logs. So we need to get our skid loader, our skidder, back over to the long logs there. And then have our truck nearby to actually load them onto. So, bit of a trek for these long logs here, but we do need them. Now, I haven't got to worry about block posts on the way down because I don't have any logs on the back of the truck. And until I do, I can come and go through those as I please. Oops. Taking out a signpost. We can get through this, come on. Yeah, I do like watching the wheels spinning at different speeds. That's kind of cool. I like that feature. I don't think I've ever really paid attention to that before. Mind you, I usually have diff lock on as well, which keeps all wheels moving at the same speed. So it's kind of nice to see the different axles all turning at different speeds there, as it was struggling for grip and purchase. Sometimes you just, once you've been away from the game for a while, you spot things, you notice things that you've never really noticed before, and it's tough as well when you've been away for a while. You don't know whether it's something that's always been there that you just never picked up on, or if it's part of a new, a new feature as part of an update. Sometimes it can be quite tough trying to figure those things out, but I do like when you just spot little details like that. It's just appreciate them. It's a really nice little extra thing that we didn't used to have, and now we do have it. It's kind of nice. Right, there's the fuel point. We are going to need to refuel, so we are here. We need to go through the block post and then down that way. So yeah, we're not going to take that turn off and go through the water. We're going to go this way. Pull in, refuel our truck. There we go. Full fuel tank. I probably should have looked to see if I could actually fit some kind of maintenance pack to this truck at the same time as the log carriage, with a spare wheel or something, just to give me a little bit of maintenance relief if I do have a problem again. Let me actually read the details on that. Hey, look at that. Back up a bit. That's actually really clear. Zoom in a bit. Kind of goes out of focus a little bit as we get really close to it, but change the angle a bit. That's a really, really cool little extra little bit of detail there. I like that. Nice little addition to the map there. Right, so here's our way down into the marshlands. Put it into a low gear for this. Have diff lock on. This could be tricky with the weight of the logs as well. Could be really tricky. Just hopefully we won't have too much soft mud that will bog us down. And if we do get stuck, we've also got, we've got the skid loader. The skidder that we can use to try and tow us or give us a bit of a boost. Pushing us forward, probably best to tow us, I think. Come on, we can get through here. There's our target point down there. Now I could just go straight down that, that quite steep embankment, but I don't really want to risk doing that. We'll take a more gradual decline or descent just a little bit further along. At least I think there's a more gradual one a bit further along. This is where we obviously got our loader from on Skidder. It's parked up just there. And there should be an access road down. There it is, yeah, just there. A little bit more gradual. Now we need to make our way over to where the long logs are. Oh, this could be tricky. You know what? I think what's going to be a better idea is not taking the truck all the way down to the log point. It's bringing the logs from the log point to the truck. It's probably going to be a smarter thing. And because I don't want to have to go a lot further than absolutely necessary, we'll position the truck. Ooh. Back up on this hill. So we don't have to climb up here. And we'll just follow that dirt road back to the road that way. I think that's just going to be a smarter option. See, we're kind of bottoming out a little bit here. And with logs on the back, that would have been very, very tricky indeed. So I need to I just want to go around the corner. A bit too much. Straighten up a little bit. There we go, keep it nice and straight. Straight enough to load the logs onto. Perfect. So, we'll leave that there. Let's get our skidder. Raise the crane up. The only thing I'm slightly concerned about is maybe I won't have enough height to get the logs in. It's going to be tricky, whichever way I try and do this. Let's be reckless. A little bit reckless. Just try and go through the water. Screw it. We're going to throw caution to the wind a little bit and just see if we can get through this one. Oh, I'm almost out of fuel. Ooh. Off we go. No, that's way too deep. Ah, no. I knew it. I knew I shouldn't have done this. God damn it. And if I'm really lucky, it might tilt itself enough for me to poke the cab far enough out of the water to actually get the engine restarted, but I somehow doubt it. Even with the parking brake on, it's just drifting down the river. Now it's taking water damage. we're so close to being able to actually get this thing restarted. Get it high enough. I can't try and winch this thing out either. Not with this vehicle anyway. I can get another vehicle down here to try and winch it out, but the only vehicle I've got that I could bring down here that could do it would be the Western Star. This is not one of my finest moments at all. Right, where is the skidder? It's there, going towards that bridge. Got a bit of a way to go before it gets down this way. I wonder if I can get this thing to actually roll into the marshland like this. Well, it seems to be waterproof in some respects. It's not taking water damage. It's just not really doing anything. Slowly drifting down the stream. It says water damages the truck, but you see the high snorkel exhaust there. Maybe that's what's keeping this thing alive a little bit. Stopping it from drowning. We are kind of switching over to the other bank. Maybe I can just get it high enough or far enough across that I can actually divert this into the kind of swamp water area, which is that branch off to the left. Or at least get it somewhere where it's going to stop drifting so I can get to it with the truck. Trying to just steer along the base of the water here with the wheels. It's hard to actually see what's going on because of the way the camera keeps getting caught on the bridge. I think I can still rescue this truck though. It was certainly not a smart idea to try and take it through the river, and I'd already said previously I wasn't going to try it because there was no way I was going to make it, and then I just thought, you know what, I think I can make it. And it's very obvious within seconds that there was no way I was ever going to make it. And again, it looks like it's starting to poke its way out of the water a little bit. I just need to get the front of it higher. If I can get the front of the engine to just, or the nose of the vehicle to just poke its way out of the water, I might be able to get the engine restarted. And if I can get the engine restarted, I can drive it out. That looks like it might be as far as it's going to go. If I turn... See, the nose keeps threatening to poke its way up. It's not enough at the moment. See all the oil just leaking out of this thing. Yeah, it's shallow. We haven't got too far to go to get to a shallower point where even if we can't get this thing restarted inside the truck, we could certainly get the Western Star to it and try and pull it out. I don't think we're moving anymore though. we've reached a point where that's it. It's not going to go any further down the stream. Yeah, it's stalled completely. Okay, so what we'll do then, stick the parking brake on, we'll get the Western Star down here. I'll try and drive it as carefully as I can around on this bank, get to this point, winch it out, and then we'll get those logs loaded. So that's it for this episode. Thanks for watching. I am Jim Bob, and I'll be back with some more American Wilds, the Spintires Mudrunner on the PS4 very soon.